You are not here by coincidence. You are not watching this because you were scrolling aimlessly. You were drawn here, pulled here, because something in your life is rising, shifting, awakening. Something that needs your attention, something that can no longer wait. There is a point in every soul's journey where the universe stops whispering and begins speaking directly to you. And this is that moment. You may think your day brought you here, or your curiosity, or your emotions, but what actually brought you here is alignment. You're standing at a moment in your life where the choices you make, the thoughts you repeat, the feelings you've been avoiding, everything is converging into a single turning point. And whether you're aware of it or not, you've been sensing this shift. In the quiet moments, in the way your body feels tired for no reason, in the way your heart feels strangely disconnected from things that once mattered, in the way you've been craving something you can't name, because deep inside, you've known that change was coming for you, not the small kind, not the subtle kind, but the kind that rewrites the next chapter of your entire existence. This message found you now because your soul has reached the limit of what the old version of you can carry. You're stepping into a chapter where the universe refuses to let you shrink, hide, or remain who you used to be. You are being guided towards something you cannot yet see, but you can feel it in a place no one else can touch. And that is why you're here, listening, receiving, preparing. Your life is about to shift in a way you will remember forever. There have been signs, so many signs, that something was changing, but you dismissed them because they didn't arrive the way you expected. They didn't come as loud revelations or dramatic awakenings. They came in the subtle rearranging of your emotions, in the sudden discomfort you felt around certain people, in the way old habits began to feel heavy, almost painful, in the way you began craving solitude, silence, and distance from the noise. Your soul has been trying to get your attention for weeks, months, maybe even years, through the restlessness that kept you awake, through the moments where life felt too loud, through the situations that drained you so deeply you didn't recognize yourself anymore. You weren't losing energy. You were outgrowing the environments you were trying to survive in. Every emotion you've been feeling lately has been preparation. The random anxiety, the unexpected sadness, the sudden overwhelm, none of it was random. All of it was clearing space, making room, softening you, strengthening you, redirecting you. You were being pulled away from the familiar in order to make space for the aligned. People have been drifting out of your life because the next version of you can't carry their weight. Old dreams have felt distant because new ones are waiting to enter. Situations that once defined you have begun dissolving because your identity is expanding beyond them. And every time you thought something was falling apart, something was actually falling into place. You've been transitioning, even when you didn't realize it. And the final phase of that transition begins now. There are forces around you, forces you cannot see but can feel, that have been rearranging your path, protecting you from things that looked good but weren't right, delaying things you thought you wanted because you weren't ready yet, closing doors you tried desperately to reopen because something better was waiting beyond your sight. You have been frustrated, confused, exhausted. You have questioned yourself. You have doubted your worth. You have wondered if you're stuck or cursed or left behind. But you weren't stuck. You were being rerouted. You weren't cursed. You were being protected. You weren't left behind. You were being prepared for something that requires a version of you that is finally emerging. Every delay was a blessing wearing a disguise. Every silence was an answer you couldn't hear yet. Every ending was an act of mercy. because some people would have destroyed your peace if they stayed longer. Some opportunities would have limited your growth if they arrived earlier. Some dreams would have suffocated your purpose if they came true before you were ready. You are not unlucky. You are divinely guided. And now that the preparation is almost complete, the universe is beginning to shift the pieces. The people aligned with your future are being placed in your path. The opportunities aligned with your purpose are being woven into your timeline. The clarity you prayed for is forming, slowly, silently, gracefully. You are being positioned for something far greater than anything you've lost. The shift is not coming. The shift is already happening. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. Right before a major transformation, your emotions heighten, your wounds reopen, your fears resurface, your insecurities echo louder than usual. You feel everything deeply, intensely, as if you're breaking down, but what you're really doing is breaking open. You've felt that, haven't you? The heaviness that rises without warning, the tears that fall for reasons you can't explain, the sudden exhaustion that hits your spirit, not your body, the strange desire to isolate and protect your energy, the overwhelming urge to let go of everything that feels heavy. This is not weakness. This is release. Your soul is clearing out the emotional weight that cannot travel with you into the next chapter. The anger you've held on to, the heartbreak you still carry, the disappointment you pretend doesn't bother you, the memories you've learned to function around but never healed. All of it is rising to the surface because you're finally strong enough to let it go. And once you release what has been buried inside you, something beautiful occurs. A clarity, a lightness, a sense of direction, a sudden realization that you are no longer tied to what once broke you. Emotional release is not the end of you, it is the rebirth of you. This emotional unraveling you've been experiencing is the final stage of preparation, because the version of you stepping into the next phase of your life cannot carry the weight of the old. You are shedding, you are healing, you are transforming, quietly, powerfully, completely. There is a doorway opening for you, one that has been closed for years, one you thought you missed, one you believed was no longer meant for you. But the truth is, it wasn't closed because you weren't worthy. It was closed because the timing wasn't aligned. Now it is. You are about to step into a season of alignment so strong that you will look back at the last few years and finally understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Why certain things took longer than expected. Why certain people didn't stay. Why certain paths collapsed. Why the universe said no when you begged for a yes. Because what is coming will not require struggle. It will not require begging. It will not require convincing. It will be yours naturally because it matches your energy, your growth, your evolution. There will be signs, moments of unexpected good news, conversations that shift your entire direction, opportunities that appear suddenly and feel too perfect, people who feel instantly familiar. And when the moment arrives, when the shift finally blooms into your physical reality, you will know, instantly, unquestionably, undeniably, because your soul will recognize it as something it has been waiting for. This shift is not a small change. It is a destiny moment, a timeline shift, a life recalibration. And you are already standing at the doorway. Imagine a life where your peace is no longer constantly disturbed, where your purpose feels clear and aligned, where your relationships feel supportive, reciprocal, meaningful, where opportunities arrive without forcing, where you no longer have to shrink or pretend or carry emotional weight that isn't yours. That life is closer to you now than it has ever been. The next phase of your life will feel different, not because your circumstances magically fix themselves, but because you will enter this new chapter as a different version of yourself. Stronger, wiser, softer, more grounded in your truth, more aligned with your purpose, more connected with your intuition. Everything you've been asking for, whether in prayer, in thought, in silence, or in the hidden places of your heart, is already on its way to you. Not because you forced it, but because you finally became the version of yourself who is ready to receive it. You are entering a chapter where everything begins to flow, where clarity replaces confusion, where peace replaces tension, where alignment replaces resistance. And the life you once dreamed of begins feeling like the life you're actually living. This shift is not symbolic. It is literal. It is energetic. It is personal. It is real. And it is already unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. Take a breath, a deep one, because this moment is more important than you think. You didn't find this message. This message found you. And now that you've heard it, truly heard it, there is no going back to who you used to be. You have already stepped out of your past, even if you haven't fully entered your future. Your soul knows the truth. Your body can feel the shift. Your intuition has been preparing you. Your spirit has been calling you forward. The next chapter of your life has already begun. You may not see the full picture yet, but the universe does. It sees your growth, your pain, your strength, your resilience, your attempts, your failures, your healing, your heart. And it is responding. The shift you have been sensing is real. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is real. The turning point you've needed is real. The life you're stepping into is real. And you will soon watch everything change, fast, clearly, beautifully. Remember this, you were not meant to see this earlier. You will not need to see it again. You were meant to see it now, right before everything changes, right before your new chapter begins, right before your life aligns with who you are becoming. Your shift has already begun.